Well, our next guest is bullish on Chinese and Hong Kong equities. Joining us is Mehta. He is Chief Executive and CIO of Value Investments Principles. Thanks very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Well, we've seen the Chinese market virtually do nothing. You know, what gives you this optimism?
I think that you will see some stimulus coming out of China, and the valuations are extraordinarily cheap. So we approach stocks on a very stock selective basis, and we continue to see extraordinary opportunities in these markets.
Okay, let's just talk about some of the stocks that you do like. What are the plays basically on?
We like companies which are deep value stocks, so stocks that are growing but are at throwaway valuations. So right now in Hong Kong and in Asia, we have 6 stocks where the cash on the balance sheet is equal to or greater than the market cap.
So undervalued stocks, essentially.
Exactly.
Mispriced stocks.
Exactly.
Okay, let's take a look at some of your picks. Gold Leon. Now, I have to confess, I didn't know what this company did, but you said it's an undiscovered gem.
Yeah, and you probably have some of their clothes. So they make men's clothing, and it's a company that the property and the cash on the balance sheet is 95% of the market cap. This is a company that just reported 18% revenue growth. Over the past 5 years, they've been growing earnings at 19% per year and revenues at 18%. And the best thing is you get a good dividend yield. So it's a 9% dividend on this year and 11% dividend on next year. It's one of the top 20 brand names in Hong Kong and China. Nobody covers the stock other than us.
Right, and it's got, what's the free cash flow like?
It's got 15% free cash flow yield.
Yeah, but that's extraordinary. Let's move it to New World Development.
Mm-hmm.
It's got its fingers in many pies.
Yes, again, it's a huge discount to NAV. So the stock is at 9, and you have an NAV of $20, which includes their stakes in listed companies such as New World Department Stores.
And that's net asset value for people who
Yes, exactly. And again, they have 4 launches this year, so there's a lot of catalyst for this company. And if you look at the chart, the stock is still near its low, so very good opportunity.
Okay, what sort of upside are we looking at with this one, then?
We think the stock goes to 15.
Where is it now?
It's at 9.
Okay, there we have it indeed, yes. It's on 10.24 at the moment and down 1%, so that's not particularly good news today. Okay, Qingling Motors?
Qingling Motors. Again, the cash on the balance sheet is more than the market cap. You get the underlying business for free. This is a company, again, with an 8% dividend yield. They market trucks under the Isuzu name. So you have Isuzu with a 20% board seat and 2 directors on the board of directors. The cash on the balance sheet is greater than the market cap.
I've got to say, though, it's down 15% so far this year.
I think that's the opportunity. So business is sluggish right now for trucks in China, but I think with the stimulus, you're at the bottom right now.
Well, if we get one, we were just reporting Xinhua saying that it's unlikely to happen. But then again, we did have those measures announced for more infrastructure spending just a few days ago.
Sure, sure.
Midland Realty.
Yes, so that's another company that, if you look at the actual dividends they paid last year, it's a 15% dividend yield. So we expect 8% dividends going forward. It's a very well-capitalized company with cash on the balance sheet of 50% of the market cap.
There are concerns about the Hong Kong property market at the moment.
I think the property market is sort of bumping along at the bottom, and I think that this company will benefit from rising transactions.
It's bumping along at the top. It's hideously expensive, Hong Kong.
It's expensive, but the transaction volume is bumping along at the bottom.
Right, which is, of course, where they get their money from, don't they, as well? Yes. Bozideng. Now, again, this is, I think you're telling me it's a jacket manufacturer.
Yeah, so they have 38% market share. They're a clear industry leader in making jackets that have down feathers. So these are jackets that sell in China and in Hong Kong. It's a company that clean balance sheet, 20% net cash, trading at 7 times earnings, with a lot of growth catalysts and an 8% dividend yield.
Okay, we've also seen, of course, if we talk about